Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. The name of our YouTube channel is Make Me a CPN. Now, we have been doing this since 2016, and I want to give a brief introduction because we are a company that was fairly big in 2018, and of course, due to media outlets, we had to take all of our information down. But we are back and we are ready to update you all on what's been going on in 2022. As you guys know, CPNs have been around for over 20 years. Um, and it used to be a private, sacred thing that people would get when their credit was either being repaired or if they needed a new chance to start, what have you, whatever the reason was, the CPNs were there. Um, and unfortunately, the name CPNs have really had a derogatory name. And mainly because, and I'm just going to keep it real, African Americans have gotten their hands on it. And now it is deemed to be a fraudulent thing because whenever it comes to African Americans and money, we don't really have a big rep, even though we know fraud has existed since money has existed. But I don't want to go into too much detail with that. However, a lot of people think that CPNs are not existing now because of all the regulation changes that's been happening. And I say that to say this. CPNs will always be around as long as credit is around. I repeat, CPNs will always be here as long as credit is here. And also, because of the regulations that have changed, and what I mean by that is banks know, apartments know, everybody in the credit industry or that is in the credit industry or affiliated of it has some knowledge about CPNs. And now they are not taking it, they're deeming it as fraud and all of that. When really, it is a secondary credit file number. That's all it is. What is the crime in starting over? Because I guarantee you, and I'm going to put my analogy to use here. So we have, and not, no disrespect, we have over 30 million immigrants in this country. How is it that these immigrants are getting apartments, loans, credit cards, cars? We never asked ourselves that question. Because this is the thing, there is no possible way you can come to America and get those types of things without a social security number. And let us be honest, it takes 7 years to get a social security number in America. And if you miss your chance in the first 7 years, you're going to have to wait another 7 years. So that's 14 years of your life you're just trying to be established as a citizen in America. You mean to tell me they're not using CPNs? So I just want everybody to ponder on that. But we have been around since 2016, and I have seen this credit industry change dramatically ever since CPNs have been brought to mainstream. The changes is with verification is being a little bit tighter. You can no longer add trade lines to a blank CPN and expect $20,000 off of that CPN. You have to put things on there if you're going to get one. If you're going to get one. By that being said, yes, you can still get approved for an apartment. Yes, you can still get approved for a car loan. And yes, you can still use it. But like I said, there are more than multiple ways to skin a cat. So, to anybody who has that question on, are CPNs still working? Yes, they are. They're still well and alive. You just got to move differently. Simple. We do not have our website on our information. So if you are trying to inquire on getting a CPN, you would have to go to our Instagram and DM us for some further instructions. And we will be uploading some more content to this YouTube channel that is beneficial for everybody. So that way you guys are updated on these CPNs. And to all of the YouTube people who are saying, you know, CPNs are fraud and all of that, but then you go on and they say they're trying to sell you credit repair services and stuff. See, it's a very thin line into this credit game, and it is a game that you got to play accordingly. You have to move differently when you do these things. When you get an eviction on your credit report, and this is where the CPN comes in at, because ultimately we got to think about our lives here. People are not thinking about whether or not a CPN is fraud or not, because you guys have seen the changes in America, from inflation to gas prices. We live in a very difficult time, and CPNs, believe it or not, are much needed, more than they've ever been, because due to COVID, the eviction rates, about 4 million people were evicted out of their homes last year due to COVID. And how are they going to find an apartment with that on their record? Are you following me with this? People got families they have to take care of. They got sick people that they have to take care of. Everybody deserves to have a roof over their head, and I'd be damned if I keep hearing the notion of CPNs are fraud, you shouldn't use it, da 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 da, when America was built on fraud. Let's start taking our thinking into our own hands. If you guys need a CPN and you're trying to start over and you cannot get approved for an apartment, or you're trying to get a vehicle, anything credit related, please send us a DM on Instagram. We're still putting up more content because, again, our videos from our previous name was deleted. Our videos reached up to 40,000 views, and what happened was that NBC was doing interviews, and they were trying to demonize CPNs, and they wanted people that sold CPNs on mainstream, and that simply was not about to happen to our company. So we had to do what we had to do. So if you guys don't see any content or anything like that, we'll be uploading content, and we'll be uploading more videos to educate you guys, to let you guys know where we're at, and what you can do to help your credit. I thank you all for listening to this video, and I hope that it was very informative. Thank you.